Today was basically a what's called a bail OR motion, which is a motion to reduce bail or release the defendant on her own recognizance. The court denied the motion to release her on her own recognizance and reduced bail in the amount of $500,000. It was previously set at $750,000.
In your statement to the judge, I think he asked you about, well, why would you oppose that? Can you kind of recap your argument there or your statement to the judge?
The reasons that we opposed reducing bail in this case are because of the number of victims in this case. In addition, we had another victim that we were not able to press charges or bring charges for that victim because it was outside of the statute of limitations. So there is another victim that the defendant...
So we're talking 3 victims and now there's a 4th?
There's a 4th, but again, that victim is outside of the statute of limitations. It just continues to show the type of conduct that this defendant was engaged in. In addition, there were some statements that were made where the defendant indicated that she had considered leaving the state after the charges were reported to the police.
Did she try to contact any of the alleged victims, to your knowledge?
That was one of the things that we discussed in court after she had been contacted by the defendant's mom, after she had been contacted by the victim's mom and asked to leave the victim alone, she repeatedly attempted to contact the victim in this case.
Is this the alleged 17-year-old
Yes.
father of her child?
Yes. She continued to attempt to contact him via text messages, telephone calls, driving by his house and driving by another location where the victim was with his family.
Can you tell me exactly what charges is she charged with?
In this case, she has, I believe, 30 counts of unlawful sex with a minor, and there are also 11 counts of oral copulation with a person under the age of 18. That pertains to 3 victims.
What happens on the 31st?
There's actually been an offer that's been extended. I do need to discuss that offer with the victim's family, so I won't share that with you at this time. But there's a possibility that she will plead guilty to some charges on the 31st. That's up to her attorney to discuss the offer with her, and we'll know at that time whether or not she will accept it.
You mentioned a 4th victim who's outside the statute of limitations. Can you detail that a little bit more for us?
I can't actually at this time.
Because he's not included.
That's correct.
But he's too old or something like that?
Well, the statute of limitations pertains to, basically on criminal counts, there's a certain length of time with which we can bring charges. And if it's past that point, we're no longer able to bring charges.